Like here in this video, I'll be reading Genesis chapter 9, verses 18 through 29. This is on Bible Hub, which defaults to the BSB. I wonder, do they have like some sort of special relationship with this translation or something? The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from them the whole earth was populated. Now Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. And yes, I am going to say vineyard because that's how it's spelled. But when he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and uncovered himself inside his tent. And this next verse is the target. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment and placed it across their shoulders, and they walked backward. They covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned away so that they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his drunkenness and learned what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." He also declared, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the servant of Shem. May God expand the territory of Japheth. May he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant." Now, I have heard an interpretation that says basically verse 22 talks about Ham engaging in some illicit. Let me try to sanitize this. It sounds like the Latin word for 6. So what am I going to say? That is correct. The Greek word for 6. Or a root that I'm modeling from it. So basically, I've heard an interpretation that says that this is Ham having illicit sexual relations with Noah's wife, and Canaan being conceived as the result of that. First of all, let me just read through this passage to see how many times Noah's wife is mentioned. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from them the whole earth was populated. Now Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard, but when he drank some of his wine, he became drunken and covered himself in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment and placed it across their shoulders. Walking backward, they covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned away so that they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his drunkenness and learned what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." He also declared, "May the Lord... Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the servant of Shem. May God expand the territory of Japheth. May he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be a servant." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. So Noah lived a total of 950 years, then he died. So one thing of note is that Noah's wife is mentioned a total of 0 times in this episode. In fact, let me just use the find in page function that Chrome gives me. Oh, I misspelled it. I put an O instead of an I. In fact, it doesn't seem that she's mentioned at all in this chapter. So let's hop back and So the last mention of Noah's wife in Genesis is the mention of her coming out of the ark in Genesis 8:18. We don't know when this episode happens. For all we know, it could be decades or maybe even up to 350 years afterwards, and Noah's wife could have been long dead by then. Of course, I don't want to try to go into eisegesis, so I'm not going to explicitly say that Noah's wife was dead. This is just a for all we know thing, or for all I know thing. So, we just established that Noah's wife is not for explicitly mentioned in this, what's it called, passage. And what are some other things? First of all, the mention of Ham seeing his father's nakedness is literally the next sentence. Is immediately after a sentence that literally talks about Noah stripping in a drunken state, and immediately followed by a sentence about Shem and Japheth covering Noah. Up and saying that they were facing away, so they just walked in and without actually seeing anything. This seems to support a more literal interpretation of these words. I've heard some persons say that no human culture would have considered just seeing Noah in this state to have been shameful or degrading, but that would be just a categorical statement about essentially the entire human population, past and present, of which almost certainly no one actually has any evidence for that. Now, let me actually hop into this verse and go to Hebrew because that's the one that gives me what I want. Oh, and also the idea that this is hexual relations that resulted in the Canaan coming around is not supported, because when Noah wakes up, it seems that Canaan still already exists, and Ham is twice called the father of Canaan before there is any mention of him seeing his father's nakedness. Sure, one is in the same sentence, but it's technically still before the words. Now, the Hebrew word for nakedness is this arwa. Arwa. Earlier it showed what is it called? Tau instead of hey, because that's the contract state. By the way, since I learned Arabic, I pronounce the ayns like. So the first mention of this verse is this noun arwa, meaning nakedness, is in Genesis 9:22, when it is used with the verb for see. So it is 1. The next is it is used with the verb for or. uncover in the immediate next verse. And see again in that now 42:9. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed about them, and he said to them, "You are spies to see the nakedness uh, of the land you have come." Again, that is technically a. And what's next? 42:12, where he reiterates that. So this word for see appears 5 times in. Next is Exodus 20:26. Nor shall you go up by steps to my altar, that not may be exposed your nakedness on it. Now, this word is uncover or expose. So, UNC. So that is our first use of uncover or expose, and in total, well, this word appears 54 times. Next is Exodus 28:42. And you shall make for them trousers of linen to cover their nakedness. I think this is like priestly garb. That's 28:42. And now Leviticus 18:6. Anyone unto anyone who is near of kin not you shall approach to uncover his nakedness. I am Yahweh. So this is Leviticus 18:6, the first time where we unambiguously get the word, any mention of nakedness being used as a euphemism for illicit septemual relationships. Let me actually read this in an English translation that I have a physical copy of, because as it's presented here, the word order doesn't actually make sense in English. That is verse 6. Oh, wait. None of you shall approach any of his close relatives to uncover nakedness. I am the Lord. And where does this stop? Basically every verse up to 19. So a little bit of a streak. Next I'm going to verse 7. The nakedness of your father or the nakedness of your mother you shall not uncover. Ever. Is your mother, and you shall not uncover her nakedness. That is Leviticus 18:7. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father, which is the nakedness of your mother. She is your mother, you shall not uncover her nakedness. Let me actually go to parallel. Do not dishonor your father by having septemual relations with your mother. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father, which is the. So I'll make that as 1, 2, 3. The word nakedness appears 3 times in that, what is it called? Verse 1. Yeah, I just checked again. And what's next? Next is 18:8. The nakedness of wife of your father, not you shall uncover. Leviticus 18:8 is where it says, the nakedness of your father not you shall uncover. It is the nakedness of your father. That part where it says that just refers to like possession or something. And it is your father's nakedness. That means like it's his conjugal right or something. Your father's wife's nakedness belongs to your father and not to you. And next is Leviticus 18:9. The nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or born elsewhere, not you shall uncover. That is 8. It's 9. You shall not uncover the nakedness. Right, that it says that twice, even though the nakedness of the daughter of your son or the daughter of your daughter, you shall not uncover the nakedness for your. And that it refers to 1, 2. There. Next is, I think it's everything 2:19. Nakedness of the daughter of your wife. So far, we're at Leviticus 18:12. Are we almost done? No, I don't want you to translate this page. Nakedness is the sister of your father, you shall not uncover. He is near. Next is Leviticus 18:13. The nakedness of. Stop translating this. There. I just told it to never translate Bible Hub. The nakedness of sister of your mother, not you shall uncover. She is naked. Leviticus 18:14. The nakedness of brother you shall not uncover his wife. Next is Leviticus 18:15. Are we almost done? The nakedness of your father not you shall not uncover. No, I'm actually running out of space for tally marks. The nakedness of the wife of your brother you not shall uncover. That is Leviticus 18:16. And Leviticus 18:17. The nakedness of a woman and her daughter not you shall uncover. And that is So I think it appears twice in that verse. This is Leviticus. And a woman to her sister not you shall take as a rival to Leviticus 18. And a woman as long as you shall not approach to So far we are at 21 uses with the verb uncover. If my math is correct so far. And show full history. And so far I'm at 30 occurrences total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Let me see. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Seems like I'm coming one short. Now time for Leviticus 20:11. Wait, why am I in chapter mode? And the man who lies with the wife of his father, nakedness he has committed, surely he shall be put to death. Well, that should be the 32nd occurrence of the word. So that is 20. Yeah. Leviticus 20:12. Oh wait, this didn't start a streak as well. Oh wait, there is a streak, but only later, and it only lasts until 20. And if a man, if he takes his sister or daughter of his father or daughter of his mother, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off from the sight of the people. The nakedness of his sister he is uncovered. So Leviticus 20:17 is the first time that we have ever encountered seeing someone else's nakedness being used as a euphemism for unlawful septemual relations. But even then, it still also uses the word uncover. Leviticus 20:18. If a man lies with a woman menstruating and uncovers her nakedness, his flow he has exposed and he has uncovered the flow of her blood, and he shall be cut off from their people. It's 2019, I'm almost done. Nakedness is the sister of your father, nor the sister of your honor not you shall uncover, for that is near kin would uncover their guilt they shall bear. We're almost at the end of this streak. And if he lies with his uncle's wife, nakedness of his uncle, he shall uncover this sin. By the way, we're reading that in English. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. So, here it is. The reason why it's being called his uncle's nakedness is because the woman is his uncle's wife. So, her nakedness is something that he should theoretically have the exclusive right to, and no other male person should have a right to that. The man, if he takes the wife of his brother, is an unclean thing. In nakedness of his brother, he is uncovered. Hooray! Almost done. Alright. Strong's Hebrews 6. So now that we're done with all the Leviticus streaks, in fact, we're done with the entire book of Leviticus. Deuteronomy 23:14. For Yahweh your God walks in the midst of the camp to deliver you and give over your enemies to you. Therefore your camp shall be holy, that ye may not see among you any unclean thing and turn away from you. So that is another use of the word see with this word nakedness. Here is translated as unclean thing. I think it represents something like impurity. Deuteronomy 24:1. When a man takes his wife and marries her, if he finds when a man takes a wife and marries her, and it happens that she finds favor in his eyes because he is found in her uncleanness, that you found something indesirable. And now 1 Samuel 20:30. This is a very thorough look, and it was aroused anger at this, you son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Do I not know that I have chosen you, the son of Jesse, to turn shame to the nakedness of your mother? Oh, insulting. And next is Isaiah 24. So he shall lead away this of Syria as prisoners of Egypt, and as captives of Ethiopia, young and old, naked, barefoot, uncovered, with their butt to the shame of Egypt. I guess this is kind of an uncover. I'm not certain. All mark it under ambiguous. Isaiah 47:3. Shall be uncovered in your nakedness, will be seen your shame. Vengeance I will take, and I will arbitrate with a man. So here it does use uncover and passive. Oh, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground without a throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For you shall no more be cold, tender, and delicate. Take the millstones and grind flour, pull off your robe, strip off your robe, uncover your legs, pass through the rivers. Your nakedness shall be Next is Lamentations 1:8. Gravely has Jerusalem has sinned upon us, as vile she has become. All who honored her despise her. They have seen her nakedness, yes, she signs and turns away. Here it's probably being used to refer to something ugly like sin or corruption. Now it's time for Ezekiel 16:8. And when again I passed you and looked upon you, indeed your time was the time of love. I spread my wing over you and covered your nakedness. Well, it's been a while since we've seen the word cover. Next is Ezekiel 16 and 36. Thus says the Lord your God, because was poured out your filthiness, and uncovered your nakedness and your harlotry with your lovers and all idols, your abominable, and became the works of the children which you gave to them. And here's another use of uncovered. Now, 1637. Surely I will gather all your lovers whom you took pleasure with, and all those who loved you, and all those whom you hated, I will gather them against you from among, and will uncover your nakedness, so that they may see all your nakedness. That's like, next is, no, will judge you. Oh, so apparently 1638 doesn't have that word. Next is Ezekiel. Let me actually count how many I have so far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Good, we're almost done. Ezekiel 22:10. Nakedness of your fathers men uncover in you. During their impurity, menstruous women they violate in you. So here, next is 22:10 to 23:10. They uncovered her nakedness, her sons and daughters took away, and with the sword they slew, and she became a byword among women, and for judgment they executed on her. And 18, and she reveled in her harlotry, and uncovered her nakedness, and alienated myself. 23:29. And they will deal with you hatefully, and take away all you have worked for, and leave you naked, and bare it, and shall be uncovered your nakedness of your harlotry, and both lewdness of your harlotry. Now Hosea 20. Therefore I will return, and take away my grain in its time, and my new wine in its season will give back. So let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 53. The total is 54, so maybe I miscounted. So overall, we see at of the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, the 34 times in which the word nakedness or ardois is definitely used as a euphemism for engaging in illicit septemual relations. It is almost always used with the verb uncover. That's true. that's 28 occurrences. 2 times the word see is used. That both are in the same one verse, Leviticus 20:17. And notably, engaging in illicit septemual relations with your father's wife is never described as seeing your father's nakedness. It's always uncovering. In the majority of general cases, illicit septemual relations are uncovering. Someone's nakedness. So that is an analysis of this verse and the key word that is, or words that are used in that verse, and why I think the text overall just does not support the idea that this person was engaging in, that Ham was engaging in illicit septemual relations with his father's wife. One closing thing I want to note is that, according to Robert Alter in the Hebrew Bible, a translation with commentary, page 34, no one has ever figured out exactly what it is that Ham does to Noah. That's all for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow, or maybe later today if it takes a while to edit and upload this video.